very good morning and welcome to the Pasir Ris Sports Hall. It's the 2021 Singapore School Sports Council's Badminton Championships, and today we're here to feature the Group C match from the A Division Girls preliminary round between River Valley High and Victoria Junior College. We're delighted to bring you coverage here on One Play Sports Facebook and YouTube, as well as the One Play Sports TikTok page. First to do so, and certainly hoping that the traction we've had so far on the platform continues in its current vein. Major news yesterday, of course, being made from the Multi-Ministry Task Force regarding sports events and fitness gyms and studios. That is from the 8th of May to the 30th of May. We will see a suspension of the majority of sports events, and we do believe that the National School Games will also be suspended during this period. But until such times, we are here to bring you today's match. And the first matchup that we have in today's singles matchup for River Valley and VJC is P. Roy Bin of River Valley High and Erin Go Jiayin of Victoria. The match is already underway with Victoria's Erin Go currently leading by a scoreline of 5-2. Very quick off the mark. Concurrently, what's happening in the adjacent court, of course, is the doubles matches. 2 doubles matches in this series of badminton championships competition that we have, and 3 singles. It's the best of 5, but such is the rules of this year's National School Games that all matches will be played no matter what. So even if a school were to win in straight sets, that's 3-0, all the remaining matches will still be played out. It's in order to maximize the participation of all the student athletes who've been training hard in the lead up to the championships. Now back on court, River Valley High have reduced the arrears to just a solitary point. In fact, they've leveled the scores right now. Good job there by Ruibin. Just in case you're wondering, VJC are the ones in luminous yellow, and River Valley High is the one in the court further away from the cameras in red. We currently are seeing, and that's Ruibin with the serve. Erin unable to keep her return on court. She's currently trailing by 2 points after a very bright start that she's made earlier on. So that's gone out of play, I do believe. Yes, that's right. And it's back to 2-pointer match. Make that 1 point. Very close match this, first set of the day. Just some context of how the teams are matching up. River Valley High School topping Group C at the moment after winning their first match in straight sets against Tampines Meridian JC. While Victoria JC are currently 3rd in the table after losing to Temasek Junior College. Very close match that was, by 2 games to 3. And this competition has definitely been dominated by Raffles Institution, of course, for the last few years, including the 2019 and 2018 editions, with the Raffles Institution girls coming out on top in the 4-1, I believe, in the final in 2019 when they met Hwa Chong Institution. As for River Valley High, they are also one of the favorites of the competition. They came out with the bronze medal in the 2019 edition of this competition. They've currently won the first match here. Ruibin claiming the first set of the day for her school. receiving some instructions from a coach here on camera. What's happened? Same thing that's happening off camera is Erin Go of VJC also receiving some pointers from a coach. It's a very close match, unlike some of the ones we've seen over the last couple of weeks, where one school has run away with it. We are expecting Sport Singapore to be announcing some of the advisories in line with the announcement that came last night from the multi-ministry task force, and I do know for a fact that many of the sports events as well as national sports associations are yet to make the decisions on how trainings and the events and all stuff that's related to their sport would carry on in these upcoming 3 weeks during this period of heightened alert for the country. Understandably, with COVID-19, a new strain entering the country, the government doing very well to close down whatever spread that may happen, particularly with the concerns of the Tan Tock Seng Hospital cluster. Second match already underway here. I do beg your pardon. First match is still going on. The first match, it's currently 14-10 in favor of River Valley High. Still a very close match here between P. Ray Bin and Erin Go. Just 2 points in it. No one clearly running away with this, and Ray Bin is just 6 points away from claiming this first set of the day. Make that 5 points. Beautifully angled shot there by Erin Go. Definitely kept in play that. So a little lob there by Ruibin, but she doesn't need to do much at the moment to go beyond what she has done, because she's extended the lead even further to a 19-14. The next one should be match point. And that went a little too long. It's match point, River Valley High. And P. Ray Bin can wrap things up here. Oh, not quite. That's a great shot there by Erin Go. It's all about the mental aspect of the game now, if she is to conjure up something special. Still definitely possible. She's gone on a couple of good rallies the last 2 points, and this one I do believe we're gonna have to wait for the call from the umpire, and it's been ruled as in, so it's 3 points. Definitely not over just yet. Oh, but now maybe. I think that's out, and yes. First set of the day goes to River Valley High. P. Ray Bin. They're just gonna do a quick switch over on the court. Have a quick word with the coach as well during the break. Best of 3 for each of the singles matches, of course, similar to the doubles matches. And overall, a best of 5. In the first doubles matchup, we are seeing in the adjacent court for Victoria JC Chen Hui-Yan and Megan Lin coming up against River Valley's Yo Jingxi and Natalie Yo. Very keenly contested match as well. Oh, just managed to keep that in play. But anyway, the second match up, or the second set is about to be underway. It has come underway on the center court for the singles match between P. Ray Bin and Erin Goh. Interesting fact, in 2018, Raffles Institution defeated River Valley High 3-2 in the girls' finals. It was a very close match. It was also an identical matchup for the boys as well, with the Raffles boys triumphing 5-0 in the corresponding final against their River Valley counterparts. River Valley certainly one of these giants of the A Division badminton competition for both the boys and the girls. And they'll certainly be hoping to continue their great start to this year's competition following their win in their opening fixture. Much, of course, has yet to be decided on the fate of the National School Games. Likely to be suspended, or I do believe it's already been announced that it will be suspended from this weekend onwards. But everyone is keen to find out whether it will be resuming at a later date or what will be happening for the remaining fixtures of the senior divisions. We are expecting the C Division and Junior Division to still carry on from July onwards, if all things go well. Meanwhile, back here at Pasir Ris Sports Hall, P. Ray Bin has established a comfortable early lead, currently leading by 6 points, 8-2 against Erin Goh of VJC. Ray Bin with the serve. That's been ruled out of play. 9-3. Now, Erin Goh did make a very bright start early on. I think she took the lead in the first set to race to 3 or 4 or 5-1, I believe. But since then, Ray Bin's recovery has been consistent, and she's also gonna be favorites to take this second set at the current rate as the players take their timeouts on the side. Quick sip of water. Whatever useful pointers they can get from their coach during the interval. And a quick respite. Just the second match for both schools, but a critical one for Victoria as well, isn't it? I mean, this was just 4 teams per group, and I do believe it's the top 2 that qualify from each group. And currently, Victoria sit in 3rd place before today. They only have one remaining fixture to go. Erin there trying a lob, went a little too long. Reuben there just unable to get shuttlecock over the net, but she can afford to drop that point, I suppose. Still a healthy 9-point lead at the moment. It's a good smash. A little bit of a backhand, a series of aggressive offensive shots there from Reuben, earning her another point. For the last couple of points, Erin has been pegged back, needing to take on a slightly more defensive position. Well, Reuben has really tried to work Erin across the whole court with shots both long and short. It's a clever drop shot there, but a little too short. It's out, and the point for Erin Goh of Victoria JC, who takes on this serve, and that lob went a little too far wide from Reuben. You do wonder how the students are going to be taking the news of the suspension of sports events. Many of them, of course, juggling between training and studies. It hasn't been easy to do both in this current climate where the situation is fluid. But such is the importance of sport in character development, beyond just keeping fit. That both the Ministry of Education and Sport Singapore have placed a huge emphasis on the return of school sports this year. Just point away from match point, and Reuben should comfortably wrap up this second set and take the first game for River Valley High. No handshakes, just a quick acknowledgement of each other's efforts, as both athletes are quick to put on their masks. They have been instructed from the very start of the match that unless you are competing and warming up, masks must be worn at all times. And this has been strictly adhered to at the sports hall, not just on this centre court, but on every court. Second singles match that is coming up between River Valley High and Victoria Junior College is between Belte and Ho Eun Si. Belte from River Valley and Eun Si from Victoria. River Valley High are the favourites for today, and a win would definitely cement their position at the top of the table. And assuming that the National School Games does continue after the 3-week hiatus, they would be in pole position to qualify from a Group C. Still lots to play for, of course, today. And from a neutral standpoint, we do hope that Victoria can put up a fight in this match to take it at least closer to it being a straight sets victory for Victoria, for River Valley, I beg your pardon. We'll try to get you the scores from the doubles matches that are happening concurrently, because those do play a part as well in this best of 5. Players just about to complete their warm-ups here on court. And we are expecting the start of the second game very, very shortly. One does wonder as well how the latest announcement would impact some of the other sporting events beyond the National School Games. We do know for a fact that the Singapore Badminton Open was scheduled to take place at the Singapore Sports Hub in early June. That event does involve international participation from athletes around the world. That does put a huge question mark on both the event as well as the organizers surrounding the overall efforts in trying to bring sports back into the country. Second circuit breaker hasn't been ruled out entirely, although that is certainly the last thing that every Singaporean would want. It will certainly set the economy back even further from what has already been somewhat of a recession over the last year since COVID-19 hit our shores. Second game is underway. Just a little too long by Belte. First point goes to NC of Victoria. Enthusiastic in return and unable to get that over the net as well, so it's 2 points to Victoria. Points down. Some muted cheers from the stands from her teammates. Belte of River Valley. Face writ with concentration there. She'll need more of that as she trails NC of Victoria. Eager to prove a point. Perhaps to fight back for Victoria. Not on that occasion though. Able to get it over the net. Went a little too long there. NC. And we're all square now. Little clever flick with backhand there by Bell. And she has managed to turn things around. His concentration is certainly key here. These very tight matches, and Belte with a wild swing of a racket still managed to keep it in. It's instinctive play and some good reactions as well. I did think initially that went out from Bell's racket by that, but I do think that NC had a touch of the shuttlecock, so the point was ruled in River Valley High's favor. They have managed to turn things around now. 4 points in succession without reply. They make that 5. Every point scored by Bell being applauded by her teammates here up on the stands as the athletes take a quick break from the action. NC makes her way back onto the court. We should be seeing the restart now. Bell, who has been slow to warm up to the match, is now comfortably leading. It's a face of determination there from Bell. (15-6) is the score if you are just joining us. The National School Games A Division Badminton competition. We're coming to you live from Pasir Ris Sports Hall. It doesn't matter if you're tuning in via TikTok, YouTube or Facebook. This is One Play Sports, and we're happy to bring you coverage of the preliminary round of competitions from the badminton and volleyball A Division. River Valley High currently comfortably leading by 16 points to 7 with Victoria Junior College. Belte in the driver's seat to wrap up the first set of the second game. River Valley High already claiming the first match early on in the straight sets, 2-0. That was a match between P. Rui Bin and Erin Goh. Favorites of this competition, of course, are not in this group. That's Raffles Institution. They are in Group A. They have already won their opening match as well last week against ACJC. Straight sets, 5-0. Across all 3 singles and 2 doubles matches. That happened at the Sengkang Sports Hall. But back here, Ho and C will need to find some inspiration to come back in this match. Should probably need to do so from the second set, because it is match point for River Valley High at the moment, and Belte should wrap up this first set of the second game. And NC unable to return that lob shot by Bell. And it is 21-8. First blood to River Valley High in this second game as well. Bronze medalist in 2019, of course, River Valley. Back then, they overcame NYJC in the 3rd and 4th playoff. They have also consistently reached the final. In 2018, they were silver medalists. Certainly hoping to emulate that this year, if competition does resume after this 3 weeks, depending on the conditions and situation surrounding COVID-19 and the community cases. We are expecting updates from the multi-ministry task force and also advisories to come from Sports Singapore, one of which is expected to be out today. Getting ready for the start of the second set here. An aggressive smash there by NC to take first blood in the second set. Some nifty footwork there by Bell, and managing to secure her first point of the second set. And after losing the first point, she has established her dominance again. You do wonder if sometimes it's the mental aspect of a game beyond just the technique and physical aspects on the court. So much of it's down to imposter syndrome. A recent interview with Team Singapore Silat athlete Nurul Suhaila shed light into that, of course, en route to her World Championship title success in 2018. She came up with an opponent she had lost 3 times in succession to prior to that, in that year's semi-finals. And when she did overcome that hurdle, it was a huge weight that was lifted off her shoulders. Regardless of the level of competition, you do think that plays a part. And right now, here in Centre Court at the Pasir Ris Sports Hall, NC could very well use that as a source of motivation. Service over 9-3, says the umpire. His composure is so critical even just before the serve, and you just get the feeling sometimes that in the rush to secure a point or to claw back a match, some of the student athletes are rushing their serves before composing themselves. It's always easier said than done, of course. Taking some useful tips from her coach, Ernst of Victoria, seen here on camera. She makes her way back onto the court. If you are tuning to our TikTok page for One Play Sports, we thank you for joining us, and don't forget that apart from live streams and highlights of the national school games this year, you are also able to witness some very, very useful and educational content from the sports and fitness scene, bringing you sports and fitness hacks. You can also, of course, tune in on Mondays on Singtel TV, Mio Sports Channel 113, for our weekly 60-minute show, which showcases not just sports events, but also spotlight on Team Singapore. We turn the attention to our national athletes, as well as many of the individuals, the inspiring individuals and communities, from running to fitness to yoga, particularly in the upcoming 3 weeks where you probably won't be able to head out into the gyms at all. Quick change of shuttlecocks. We do assume that the earlier one has been worn out. Belte there with a quick smash. And that shot also went a little too long, I believe, from Ernst. I do beg your pardon, I think that was ruled in favor of Victoria. Must have been right on the edge. That's in. Yet to see an actual rally, be it today or at some of our earlier A Division badminton matches. It's usually each point usually settled within a couple of shots, and we're witnessing the exact same thing today. Clever flick there by Belte over the net. Take things to within 5 points of claiming the second set, and also winning the second game of the day for River Valley High. What a return that was. It does feel like River Valley High are the hungrier of the two sides, and wanting the win more. That went a little short, I believe. Not really, that actually was in. It's match point now, River Valley High. Belte should wrap this up. But that was commentator's curse. She halted her good series of points with that return that didn't clear the net. And now, again, it went a little too wide. But she has wrapped it up for River Valley High. It's 2 games to none for the day from the singles side. And assuming that River Valley has also won the doubles, then they have won today's fixture. But of course, all 5 games need to be played out. We will be returning very shortly. In between matches, the 3rd singles match will be between Tae Rusin of River Valley and Pei Yong of Victoria Junior College. If you are tuning in via TikTok, we thank you, and we certainly hope you enjoy the live stream that we are bringing you here today. The 3rd match that's about to commence is between Tae Rusin of River Valley High and Pei Yong of Victoria JC. River Valley having taken a comfortable lead in the earlier singles matches here. 2 games to nothing, both won in straight sets, and they were between P. Ribin of River Valley and Erin Go in the 1st game. And the one that just concluded was between Belte and Ho En Si. Players just warming up now ahead of the 3rd match, the 3rd game rather. Badminton being voted as one of the most popular individual sports in the National Participation and Survey in Sports by Sports Singapore, together with running and football. Most notably the most popular team sport, of course, but football does rank behind running and badminton, contrary to popular belief of it being the most popular sport overall. The referee announcing the commencement of the third and final singles match here between River Valley High and Victoria JC. Similar to the earlier two matches, Victoria are quick to score the first point. Remains to be seen whether they can keep up the same enthusiasm and focus for the remainder of the 2 or 3 sets that are to be played. Sin there with a bit of a lob serve, and Pei Yong showing some good footwork to recover and return that shot into the corner. So it's all square at 2 apiece at the moment. We are expecting River Valley to come away with maximum points today, and in so doing to cement pole position in Group C in the Badminton Championships of the A Division Girls, the National School Games. We are still waiting, of course, for official confirmation that the school games will be suspended beyond this week for the next 3 weeks till the end of May, in alignment with what has already been announced last evening from the multi-ministry task force. And Ru Xin there, very, very happy in working opponent around the court. Pei Yong, though, eager to prove a point that she's not a walkover. Still fighting tooth and nail, although she does trail Ru Xin by 2 points. River Valley High leading by 11 points to 7 at the break. And Ru Sin knows full well that she and her school are already in position to take maximum points from today's fixture. A win, of course, would put them in touching distance of qualifying from Group C of the competition. That smash, though, didn't quite come off as Ru Sin would have wanted, as it goes wide. Pei Yong returning with a lob. It was at full stretch there, but was unable to prevent Ru Sin's drop shot there from counting. One of 12 points, and now Pei Yong has a chance with that serve. Very nice drop shot there at full stretch, just to keep it in. But she has worked her way to within 2 points, and now within 1 of Ru Sin. Valley perhaps can't afford a little bit of luxury in taking their foot off the pedal, but it's so important not to be complacent when you're in winning positions. And they have seen the lead dwindle to within just 2 points now. They were comfortably leading by 5 earlier on. Pei Yong could still yet spring a surprise, an upset here. But that did go too long, and that's out for a point to River Valley High. Ru Sin now with the serve. All. It's been the closest set yet of the day between the two schools. Pei Yong is certainly still in this match, and she's worked really hard to get to where she is right now. Any lack of concentration on Ru Sin's part could prove costly here. If you are just joining us, we are witnessing the A Division Girls Badminton Championships between River Valley High and Victoria JC. Possibly the last couple of matches to be played ahead of the pause that's happening from this weekend for 3 weeks on all sports events and fitness and gym studios also expected to be closed from the 8th of May. And we are awaiting an advisory from Sport Singapore today on when sports events will resume. Very, very close so far. This is the closest match we've witnessed today, and Victoria pushing River Valley all the way. Credit must go to Pei Yong, who has certainly more than kept herself in this match. Still plenty to play for. 18 all. Could she spring a surprise? It would certainly be something that takes River Valley by surprise, but at the moment it's still River Valley with the slight advantage. 19-18 in Rusin. Showing some good footwork, but was unable to return that and keep it in. It's 19 all. And Victoria have somehow managed to overturn the deficit at the moment, but that is going to take it to the deuce. I think it's 20 apiece. 20 all between Rusin and Pei Yong. Pei Yong certainly not giving up without a fight. It's advantage River Valley High though. Rusin with that serve. And she does win the match for River Valley High, albeit in a slightly more complicated fashion than she would have liked, I'm sure. With Pei Yong coming back very, very strongly to take the match to a deuce. Certainly the closest one we've seen so far of the day. But as it stands, it's still River Valley High with a perfect record in winning every single set without a defeat today. That performance would have given faith and hope for Victoria nonetheless in that earlier set. Rusin just receiving some words of encouragement from her coach.
Thank you.
And the announcement coming over the speaker to remind everyone to be at least 1 meter apart. Such are the times, particularly of concern for the community in recent times with the cases up to 60, I believe, as announced last night, and the multi-ministry task force has worked quickly to tighten measures in the coming weeks. And that does have an impact on sports, not just at the school level, but also at the community level. There's a great smash there by Pei Yong to reduce the arrears and score her first point of the second set. She has shown plenty of fighting spirit in the first set. She's done so again to tie things up at 2-all. Brilliant technique there. What a shot by Pei-Yong. Victoria currently lead 3-2. She has shown the most aggression and desire to win among the Victoria players so far this year. Today, I beg your pardon. Pei-Yong now with the serve. That went a little too long. Composure, of course, being so critical. Just that extra moment, taking that extra breath before the serve. And she has done well to earn that point and perhaps, hopefully, to build on it. The drop shot went just a little beyond the reach of Ru Xin, who has been living life a little on the edge. Although she did win the first set of this game. Third game of the day of the singles, the third singles pairing. And River Valley have already wrapped up the win in this fixture, I believe, but we are playing out all 5 matches. And it's a very intriguing match at the moment because Victoria are leading for the first time in a set all morning. Huge credit must go to Pei-Yong, who has certainly given her all. And it came so close to an upset in the earlier set as well, taking the match to a deuce before losing it 20-22. She has established a slight lead at the moment. Maximum concentration will be needed if she is to take this match. Not on that point. Oh, there was points that flicked off the net, somehow made its way across and in the point, and we're now back on I was about to say back on with a single point game, but now it's back to 2 points. Just the consistencies of the serve are not quite what is needed in order to establish either a lead or make that comeback. And Pei-Yong, having led by 3 points early on, is now losing a bit of the momentum she has built. Now, it's one of those matches where neither players want to take huge risk, and an unfortunate slip there by Pei-Yong, which means that the point is given to River Valley High. Another quick sip of water and word with their respective coaches. And Ru Xin will feel that she has what it takes to complete the double. Having trailed Pei-Yong earlier on, she's now having a slight advantage and just half a set away from possibly making it a straight sets win against her opponent, Pei Yong. Nice backhand flick there by Pei Yong, and somehow giving that point away nonetheless. Then it's River Valley now who are in the lead. That is a very, very smart return by Ru Xin. Confidence now flowing in her veins, and you can understand why. Only she can throw away the lead now. I'm pretty sure that she would want to see things out without any complications like she did earlier on in the first set of this third game of the day. 5 points now. It's a comfortable lead. Perhaps some tired legs from Pei Yong. Still managed that last gasp effort and that very good stretch and series of returns, but still unable to win that point after what was probably arguably one of the better rallies we've seen today. Just arching her back backwards and returning with a very strong forearm. Now can Pei Yong conjure up another comeback? Oh, it's great effort. A little too short, however, in spite of the cheers that came from the Victoria corner. The point is ruled in River Valley High's favor. 12 points. It is all about belief now. (13-17) is the score here at the Pasir Ris Sports Hall. Victoria with the serve and just unable to return that over the net at full stretch. Pei Yong, a little unfortunate. She did have a slight tumble early on after losing her footing, and you do wonder if it's a bit of a sign of some tired legs after showing what was a very, very impressive run in the first set to tie things up. And she did lead earlier on by 4 points in this second set, but is now trailing, and it's possibly a match point for River Valley in the next point. But for now, Pei Yong did manage to claw her a point back for Victoria. She gave that one away. It's now match point, River Valley and Ru Xin. This could end things. And yes, it's game for River Valley High. It's another straight sets victory for River Valley. 2-love, 2-love, 2-love is the score today, and all 3 singles matches have been won by River Valley as well. We thank you for joining us, and we hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the A Division Badminton Championships between River Valley High and Victoria JC. And we hope you'll join us again. This is John, and thank you. We'll see you soon.